So, good morning, students. And today's we will discuss about the technological consideration in the interface design. What kind of technological consideration we have to include in our interface designing process. So basically, technological means with the physical characteristics of the system power, system resolution, system. What are the RAM are there? System memory are there? What kind of output are there, what kind of design are there. So we have to identify the physical characteristics of the any systems. Okay, so today's we have to discuss about that technological point of view of the interface design. So technological consideration interface design, basically the interface design is also affected by the physical characteristics. So you know very well about that physical characteristics means the physically what the users, what are the display device itself, and the characteristic of the interface controlling software. Graphical systems means screen design must be compatible with the capabilities of the system, including first is system power. What kind of system have a power? What are the screen size? 14 inch, 7 inch, 21 inch, 22 inch, 37 inch, different have a different. What kind of screen resolution are there? 816, 1200, 800, and 1324. Display colors, RGB colors, we know that very well about that, what is red, green, or blue. Okay, and also the other display features are there. So so in this technology, these are the represented of the graphical system. Okay, next, graphical screen design is also compatible with the capabilities of, what kind of capabilities are there? The first capabilities is system platform being used. What kind of system platform are used by the users? And development and implementation tool being used, and platform style guides being used. So these are the some screen design is also, we have to know that about that. So let us discuss one by one all these systems power. First is system power. So in the previous era, if we talked about 10 to 15 years back, there is the maximum power of that is the Celeron processor are there. A very small speed, and only 128 RAM are there in that PCs, and Windows 95, Windows 98 running on that particular PCs. So very slow processing speed are there, and small memory are there as in the previous systems. But right now there is so much RAM are there, so much memory are there, so much speed are there. There are the Intel Core i7, uh, 10 generation, 11 generation, 12 generation, so that so much increasing the power. So if we are using the slow processing speed and small memory, that it already affect to the system. So inhibit effective use of the system. Feedback and the animation capabilities may be limited. Okay, that is also we have to know about that. Reducing the system usability. We already know that usability means how the interface design is usable for the particular user. Slow response can be error prone, grossly inefficient, and very aggravating. If we talked about just to click on that particular folder and just wait, so how the user is irritated, and that to aggravate that particular system. Okay, system must be powerful enough to perform all necessary action promptly, responsibly, and meaningfully. If we know we already using the Android mobile, and the previous Android mobiles are very slow processor and slow RAM, and for any graphics games is not compatible with that previous one Android mobiles. But nowadays heavy graphics design games are easily play into the our today's mobiles phone. Okay, screen size, a different screen have a different size. So through the year, the physical size on an available monitor screen area has been gradually increasing. Okay, so current typical monitor size range from 13 to 21 inch. Okay, measured diagonally, with 17-inch being the most common monitors are using. 21-inch monitor resulted in fastest task completion. User, however, preferred using the 19-inch monitors, so no performance difference was found between small and the medium screen. But the large screen elicited at a 26% faster performance. Okay, so the effect of user's physical comfort and the possibility of needing an expanded working area must be considered. Clearly, the screen size, multiple monitor usability trade-off must be studied further. Okay. Screen resolution is the horizontal and the vertical height of a screen in the pixels. It is a function of the monitor capabilities and its video card. Most common display resolution currently are 640 multiplied by 480 pixel width and height, 800 and 600 and 1024 into 768. Higher resolution is also available. So poor screen resolution may deter effective use of graphical system by not permitting sharp and realistic drawing and shape. Windows structure and icon design may be severely affected. In conclusion, looking just at a difference between the monitor of the different resolution, both studies found advantage of the higher resolution screen in terms of the both preferences and the performance. Okay, so high resolution screen also appear to the better for one's eye. So if we are using the high resolution, that is basically it's very good for the Windows structure and icon design. Colors. So we already know that the color palette must be variety large enough to permit establishment of a family of discriminable colors. Okay. So if just thinking about that, if we have a no color in our today's scenarios, and just it's black and white, in this previous one there is a black and white TVs are there, and it's not good for not interesting or not user interesting part or not user's point of view. So that is very previous one. Okay, so the color must be accurately and clearly presented in all the situations. The conceptual effect of colors must also be considered because use may changes based on the factors such as size, and one color's location is relation to the other color. Platform compatibility. One design must be compatible with the windowing platform being used. Apple Computer Macintosh or Microsoft Windows or the any other or any other Linux platform are there. There is a different platform compatibility of the different product. Next is to development and implementation tool compatibility. If we are using the Linux, if we are using to Apple Mac, if we are using to Windows operating system, so we have to develop and implemented tool compatibility. Toolkit means it is a library of control or widgets such as menus, buttons, scroll bar. So toolkit have a programmatic interface and must be used by the programmer. So an interface builder is a graphical tool that help a programmer create dialog boxes, menus and the other control. So it's provide a palette to select and position control and to set properties. If we talked about to the style guide compatibility, developers describe the Windows menu and the various control available, including what they look like and how they work. So developers also provide some guidance on when to use the various component. The design should comply with the relevant platform style guide. Okay. So next is using for the wave systems. Wave system is basically to the current level of the wave technologies designed for the system's configuration used by the most users, and also refrain from hazard use for the leading edge technology. So the wave is truly a wave. Wave means World Wide Web. We talk just like internet. So internet is basically a wave of user whose only inconsistency in the variety of technologies they possess. The designer must be capable of handling various demands while creating usable web page accessible through different browser, operating system and the computer platforms. The goal in design is to satisfy the user's need or want. Note the designer. The following section address technological consideration affecting website design. So if we any interface design, we have to design according to the user's want, user's need, not the developer point of view. We have to develop the user's point of view. Okay, just like browser. Okay, browser in our in the web system, browser, what are the browser is basically the intermediate between users and into the internet. Okay, if we just about to www.google.com, so just it's created the is show the google.com pages. So browser compatibility means make the website accessible to all users. Browser use browsers default as much as possible. Okay, monitor size and resolution different, just like the some websites are working good into the system, but that these website is not good into the mobile compatibility. So that is also the user's point of view, that that particular site is also useful for the mobile's point of view, for the users need. So design within the boundaries of an image safe area for all browser, and also present images at the resolution appropriate for the all users monitor. Okay, monitor size and resolution. Second, third one is the fonts according to the user's point, which kind how, what are the sizes of the font, what are the colors of the font. So use fonts that can be displayed on the variety of the browsers. Okay, colors, use color that succeed on a variety of browser and platform. uh, a palette of 26216 colors, there are different colors are there. There are so many colors, we have to using colors according to the users need. Bandwidth, designed for the most commonly used bandwidth. A 56 kbps modem is most common for the users. Right now there is a, we have to using the Wi-Fi, and there are so much speed are there. Version, different version are supported the multiple browser, all will provide a text only version and make use of the browser sniffers. Okay, downloading, we already know that other wave consideration. Downloading means we have to download the any content which is into the websites. So provide fast paced download times no more than 8 to 10 seconds per pages. Okay, so how to 8 to 10 second per pages. So minimize the use of design technique that cause longer download times. So if we are minimize, how to minimize, first is long pages, large chunky heading, numerous or large graphics image, animation, excessive amount of color, excessive use of frames. If we are using these all these things, so we have to minimize all these things to for the faster response of the opening the pages. Provide enough information to the user, not too low or not too high. Download can be determined including program document description, types of downloads, size of the download, download version, estimated loading time, special operating requirement. Currency, keep website information current. Place printing, we have to create a printing according to the website. So provide a means to print. Group of related pages, individual pages, section of the pages. Maintainability, ensure easy website maintainability. So agar if we talked about the user's technology profile according to the circa 2001, Valley 2001 in summarizing recently reported data, the counter.com 2001 says that the following operating system browser screen resolution and the color depth each account for more than 90% of user technology capabilities. So that is the survey which is using for the circa operating system, browser, screen resolution and colors and bits. Windows 95 10%, 98, 72, 2006 NT 5%. Browser, different browser are there, screen resolution are there and color and bits are there. So if we talked about to the example, there are the three information entries: modification dialog box from the popular drawing program, print merge, page setup, and the export. Okay, analyzing the problem, including inconsistencies between them. Screen 1.1, if we talked about in the next slide, screen 1.1 are there. The control of the print merge screen are very poorly aligned. Okay, very poorly aligned. The file text box is located quite far from its association list box. What does the up button do? It is actually related to the directories list box. This is certainly not clear. Look at the required sequence of eyes movement through this screen and listed by the line draw between successive control. This is very inefficient. Okay, just like this. Print merge qualities, path, they are there. Okay, so we talked about to this screen 1.1 and 1.a and 1.1b. Here is basically our eyes movement is basically movement from this position to this position to this and this are there. So up button is why the up button is here, that is not using, and up button is using with this button. How to up and down and how to merge two file, so that is print merge example. Okay, these merges are there. Okay, these merges are there to this, and these are the different functions are there. Okay, screen 1.2, the control on the page setup screen are very poorly grouped. In this screen are the one radio button beginning at the page size, caption 1 or 3 grouping. The horizontal orientation of the radio button necessitates an efficient horizontal scanning and make visual comparison of the alternative more difficult. Why is the orientation caption not rightly aligned with the other captions? What are the control inscribed with this inches? So in this orientation there is a portrait and landscape are there. Why we are using orientation in this places, page size in this places, not is to the right align or left align. Orientation in this size and the page size in this side. That are the difference between both of them. Letter, legal, tabloid, A3, A4, A5, B5, custom slides. So not is grouped together. Okay, not is grouped together because and how to identify which is the radio button using in this particular pages. So and up and down, horizontal and vertical, not is grouping. Okay, so that is also using in this grouping time. Page color, proper color, add page frame, okay, and cancel our button there. So basically we have to design or we have to page setup according to the uh, users interested, not and why there is the using on the only inches, why they using not the millimeter, centimeter. Okay, so basically that is basically we have to using different point of view according to the users choice. Okay, into the screen 1.3, the checkbox and radio button on the export screen are again very poorly grouped. Their horizontal orientation necessitates a less efficient horizontal scanning and make visual comparison of an alternative more difficult. Can the checkbox be grouped? The list box has no caption with it. Screen balance is also poor with the large open area in the upper right part of the screen. Again, look at the required eye scan through this screen. Now look at the inconsistency between these three screens. The print merge title in this mixed case, and page setup and export are capitalized. The print merge command button are on the right side, the page setup export one on the bottom side. Print merge using the action is accomplished as the button label merge. The others use the standards okay. This will certainly cause users confusion. Print merge and export appear to use left aligned caption, page setup, right alignment. Okay, so basically we have to identify what are the places of the button, what are the button are using of this, what are the colors are there, what is the screen balancing are there. Screen balancing means similarities are there, grouping are there. We already discussed about the screen balancing. Left and right is the both are the balance. So just like to export, okay, just like to export. These are Corel Draw and selected object, include image header, all font resolution, fixed size. So our eyes movement is left to right. So first is that these are the some export are there, how to export in this particular, these are there. So we have to identifying that we have to grouping on these these checkbox are there, and these are radio buttons are there. So so basically that is very difficult to identify, very difficult to identify what are the using of these buttons and how to use on this button. Our eyes is not visually pleasing about that these performance. Okay. Next is this is the information entry modification screen from the banking system. Major problem is very poorly alignment of the control as illustrated by the eye scan requirement. What is eye scan requirement? Left to right and top to bottom. So there are the same other problem. There are no grouping. Does the name control have a caption? Just like alt F means we have to open the file. Okay. Or the levels above name text box included intended as a caption? Are they intended in the prompt? This is not clear. Is the prompt in the proper location? In its current position, it is set up as an aid to the invoice or casual users of the system. For an expert user of the system who does not need the prompt, it is positioned where it is visual noise. For the expert, it should be the right side of the text box. So in this personal detail, customer first given name, second given name, surname. There is no blockers are there. No blockers are there. Okay. And if we are using the slides, that is currency title Miss, Mr and Mrs, and we are using of these, not grouping are there, and same like I said, not grouping are there, date of birth, daytime, phone number, home address. So basically not into the according to the align proper, and these are the different alignment are there, we already know that. Okay. So this is not good for any eyes movement. Okay. So if you have any today's we have discussed about to the technological consideration about the user interface design. So first we identified what kind of uh, technological consideration, just like the system power, system monitor, system resolution, system colors, and system memories are there. After that we have to identify the visual fusing, the screen balancing are there, how the screen are using for the different point of view. So so basically the technological part of the system is basically is the very important part. If we are using 4 GB RAM and we have to install to the Windows 11, so that's not possible into the 4 GB RAM on Windows 11. So it's create and it's upgrade the processor. So basically we have to identify the users need, users compatibility, user system compatibility. According to this we have to design the interface. Otherwise the interface, we have to design interface and not compatible with the users browser or users website or users needs. So that is not good for users as well as to the developer point of view. So first identify the users need, users compatibility, user system powers, users what are the users want. After that we have to create the interface design according to the technical characteristics. So if you have any question, then feel free to contact me. My mail ID guptapradeep@akgec.ac.in. Thank you.